I'm a slave for you. Steve's icing on the cake. Our friend Steve is in his early 40s, and he doesn't come off gay when you first meet him. He's tall, burly, bearded, and from the South. Handsome, funny, and the nicest guy you'd ever meet. If Steve was straight, Robin would be married to him and we wouldn't be writing this book. In the gay world, there were categories to represent how gay men describe themselves. So in Steve's case, he's considered a bear. So it was only natural that he went to a site called bear411.com to find his next online look. He was only on the site for a few weeks, and he had some casual encounters before he met Luc, a French pastry chef from Pasadena. In his mid-30s, Luc was a nice-looking guy, and after a short exchange of emails and phone calls, seemed really into Steve, and vice versa. This guy might be worth putting in some time. And it didn't hurt that every morning Steve envisioned he would wake up to fresh croissants, chocolate eclairs, and endless cups of cafe au lait. While getting ready for his date, Steve wondered if Luc wore those big white pastry chef gloves and used an icing gun when he made cream. Maybe he looked like the guy from Ratatouille. They decided to meet at the Chateau Marmont for aperitifs. Get used to it, we're milking this. Steve had barely taken his first sip when Luc laid it all out on the table for him. He told Steve that he was looking to be someone's slave. Excusez-moi? What kind of slave was Luc referring to? He was willing to do or be anything Steve wanted. Luc encouraged Steve to be open-minded and give it a try, so they made plans to meet the following night. As Steve paced his apartment trying to come up with tasks for his French slave, he was concerned that he didn't have a dungeon or a cat-o'-nine-tails. He didn't even own a run-of-the-mill ball game. Really, Steve, what kind of a gay man are you? As he tripped over a pile of dirty laundry on his bedroom floor and made his way into the bathroom where the soap scum was an inch thick on the sink, a light bulb went off in Steve's head. Voila! He knew exactly what to ask for from his first rendezvous with Luc. Luc arrived on time and raring to go. He told Steve he was sexually charged up about this night, and anything Steve wanted to do would be fine with him. He could put a leash on him and drag him around, or he would wear handcuffs and ball gag. No can do, Luc. Steve doesn't own one. Basically, anything goes. Bon vivant. So here's how it happened. Steve. Bonjour, Luc. I'd like you to undress and put on this junk. Luc, breathing heavy. Oh, yes. And then I want you to pick up that feather duster and put it where? In your right hand. Luc, starting to sweat. What else, master? No, call me monsieur. Oui, monsieur, anything you ask. Follow me into the bedroom. Jockstrap rising. Oui. Steve pointing to the clothing on the floor. As my slave, what I really want you to do is clean my fucking apartment. And Luc did just that. He did a really good job too. So much so that Steve, being the stand-up guy that he was, let Luc give him a blowjob when it was done. Luc was such a talented domestic goddess that Steve decided to take advantage of his culinary skills and had him whip up some chocolate mousse before he left. Mental note, ask him next time to bring the pastry hat. As Steve was licking the last of the mousse out of the bowl and admiring his sparkling home, he knew he would be seeing Luc again. Luc was all too happy to accommodate, and each time cleaned the house like a bona fide indentured servant, baked him a lot of goodies, and used his oral skills well. But after a few weeks, Luc raised the bar. He wanted Steve to verbally abuse him. You suck, Luc. Spank him for not cleaning the house well enough, but not hard. And asked to lick Steve's feet. You faux pas, Luc. You just crossed the line there, Steve. Don't do feet. While Steve actually did like Luc and considered seeing him on a regular basis, the fetish thing freaked him out. On paper, he was the perfect boyfriend. He cooked, he cleaned, and he was always up for sex. But in reality, the slave thing was too much for Steve. So, au revoir, salut, and adieu, Luke. See you in Robin and Stacey's Roman à Clef. So while Steve was still looking for love online, Luke may be gone but not forgotten, because Steve has since hired Merry Maids, a legitimate cleaning service which comes weekly, but without the eclairs and the blowjob salary.